the system of religion, deen. And alhamdulillah, if you come to the door of Ahlul Bayt, then your eyes are further open, just like if you peel onion, one layer opens another layer opens another layer of onion. And you keep opening the onions and you keep discovering a new onion layer. This is exactly like Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Believing in 12th Imam is a challenging thing because not many people, and I'm talking about Shias, are at this path of believing. They make fun of us. Strange lot of people who've been waiting for so many years for somebody to come and he doesn't come. The reply to that is that it is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In our head, we try to make sense of everything. If we go to a restaurant, we expect the waiter to come and we order food and we expect the food to arrive on the table. If we do any normal thing in our life, it is our brain who would interpret the normal course of action. If I'll do this, this will happen. If I go to the shops, I will buy some clothes and come home with the clothes. This is a very unusual thing. We've been told by our parents, we are told by their parents, So it's a not easy thing to believe in something called Imam Zamana, Imam Mahdi Jallallahu Ta'ala. And this is the hardest thing for humanity, for human being who applies logic ahead in everything. But then, if you reflect back to Amir al-Mu'mineen and see in Nahj al-Balagha, Amir al-Mu'mineen talks about, he says that don't go anywhere where your brain is not capable of going. If you try to find the solution for everything by your head is limited. Your intellect is limited. And that's where it makes sense to you. Maybe that is where it is. Human intellect is alaykum assalam. Human intellect is limited. Perhaps understanding Imam Mahdi, and hundreds and thousands of books have been written and keep writing. People keep writing about it. Keep writing about Imam Mahdi Jallallahu Ta'ala. A savior, some follower, somebody will come towards the end of the world. Sure, for sure, Quran says that the world will end. And everybody is fearful now. This Russian is going to use a nuclear weapon. If Russians would use a nuclear weapon there, would Chinese would use there, would Pakistan, India would use on each other, and that's the end of the world. If 4 or 5 direction people use nuclear weapons, this is the end of the world. This is a very logical thing. In reality, we believe the end of the world, and that is the time in Hadith says that even if one day is left in this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will stretch that day for so long that the Zahur of Imam will be the reality. And it's a Hadith. If one day is left in this world, that hadith says that the world will, that time will stretch for so long for Imam to appear. Imam's narration, you know the background. His title, his kunyat, Al-Mahdi. His title was Al-Mahdi, Sahib Asab al-Zaman, Al-Hujjah. All of these are his titles. Kunyat, Abul Qasim. Born in Samara, 15th of Shabaan, 255 after Hijrah. Mother's name, Narjis Khatun. And he is still alive. Now this is the biggest challenge for ordinary people to stomach. People ask all sorts of questions. Okay, if he is living, what kind of life he has? Does he have children? Does he have a house? Does he have a nationality? Does he have a passport? What kind of existence this individual has, called Imam Mahdi, what kind of life he has, which part of the world he lives in. World is a globe. All Muslims are everywhere now. Does he live in Ireland? Does he live in Iran? Does he live in... Which part of the world does he live in? All of these logical questions, if you think about it. Because we're all educated people. You know, we study science, we study different subjects. And logically speaking, these are all logical questions. Because in this day and age, in the 21st century, the answers should be given by logic. And the logic says that yes, these are the questions. And as one alim would mention is Maulana, people are making a fun of Shia. Ahl Sunnah, especially Ahl Sunnah. So he said, don't answer them because their limitation in their head is so limited that do not believe in that. When they will come, when he will come, they'll make fun of you. He said, they will come when you will die. That's one logic answer. You killed 11. You did not spare one single Imam from first to Imam Askari. You keep killing them. You inflicted atrocities on their lives. You kill Imam Mahdi's father. You know, Imam Askari in difficult. So you kill all of them. Now with the divine intervention of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the program, and that makes Shia live religion, not a dead religion, as opposed to other sects of Islam. Those who are, their followers are gone and they're finished. They do not believe in life. We are the only group of people in the world who are alive, believe in life. And while he is not around, we have a system of Maharaja who are working under his shadow. So the position of Maharaja is not an ordinary position. Atala Sistani, Atala Khamenei, all Maharajas have got a specific position to work under the guidance of Imam Mahdi. Because this is the system which was created to save not only Islam but for humanity. Justice. When he'll come, he will establish justice. You say, well, this is British system is very good, justice system, Irish system is very good with justice. We have any problem, we go to solicitor and our problems are solved. Yes, maybe on the worldly level it is. But overall, is it a just society we live in? That we still talk about racism? That we still talk about discrimination of women, discrimination of people, inequality in jobs, lack of jobs. This is all injustice. And then the wars, unjust wars imposed upon one country to another country. And that is a continuation of that. Was it just to destroy Syria? Was it just to destroy Iraq? Was it justice? Was it justice to back Saddam Hussein during the war with Iran for 11 years? That is the biggest hypocrisy. That you, on one hand, you will say justice, and the other hand, now everybody is crying Ukraine, Ukraine. Yes, biggest injustice is happening to Ukraine. However, did anybody pay attention when Syria was getting destroyed? Did people get equal share of refugees' importance to the Syrian people, Afghanistani people? No, that is not justice. Handful of people have been thrown to Mosny, to this, that, places, that places. That's not justice. If you're equal, if you believe in equality for Ukrainians just because they are Catholics, they are, Christians, blue-eyed, white skin, blonde hair, we have to have a justice for them and make them citizen as soon as they land in Ireland. That is the type of injustices we are talking about. That type of injustice Imam Mahdi will eliminate from the system. So many hadiths have been written about it, from Masnad Even in Bahr al-Anbar, you will find all the different types of hadiths where you will find the description of Imam Mahdi. In the last days of his existence, of Imam Askari alayhi salam, the Al-Muta'amad was the man who was ruling that, Abbasid Khilafah. Abbasid king he was. So he was aware of the fact that prophecy of 12th Imam. He heard that from Rasulullah, that Rasulullah has said. So he was worried about it. Okay, now the 12th is arriving. So what he did, he arrested all the women. Said, if you find any child to be born, kill that person, kill that child, kill that. So much so that he created a system of vigilance to keep an eye on that. He even arrested the mother of Imam Zain. Narjis Khatun was imprisoned. But whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to do it, as Quran says that He has created, a system in which anything is possible. So under the eyes of this cruel king, Imam was born, and he was there for 4.5 years, 5 years of age when his father passed away. And what Imam did, Imam Askari did, he collected 40, 50 people, the sincere followers, and he introduced this Imam to him. He said, this is my successor, this is the 12th Imam, you are the sincere followers, 40, 50 followers. This is clearly written in Hadith. That Imam did his duty to introduce Imam Mahdi to sincere, close followers of Imam Askari. So he did his job, he introduced, and he knew that this man will be the Imam Mahdi after me. So when he dies, who came to pray the namaz janazah? Imam Mahdi comes from nowhere. He appears, he prays to his father, because Imam's janazah can only be prayed by an Imam. So he came out from the crowd and he prayed janazah for his father. And then he deceased. Then the occultation, Ghaibat al-Sughra and Ghaibat al-Kubra, the two, greater occultation and the smaller occultation, started for him. So according to a system, we have his existence described in various hadiths, and soon after this incident, the Abbasid kingdom was passing through the revolutionary phase. There was a lot of revolution, there was a lot of invasion going on, and a lot of commotion in the region. The invasion of Hijaz happened, Yemen happened, and that created a lot of problem. Baghdad came into attack as well, the administration, the capital, and the chaos happened. In that chaos, Mu'tamid was therefore naturally too occupied by the warfare to pay any attention to Narjis Khatun. And he let this lady to come out, who was consequently released after 6 months, and questioned no further about the Imams. So his childhood was spent in the company of small childhood for 4 or 5 years of his age to his father. All those duties of Imamat was transferred to him, and then with the disappearance of divine disappearance, his disappearance is still alive. Now it's a strange thing to talk about this, but you have to believe the way you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there's no other logic. That if you believe in Allah, you're Muslim, alhamdulillah, you're Shia, you must believe the appearance of and the existence of. When somebody texts me that what happens in Nime Shabaan, you do a lot of Fatiha, you recite Fatiha to dead people. And we do. In all traditions, Nime Shabaan we offer Nazar, and pray to our deceased people. We visit the graveyard in certain parts of the world. Very tradition to light up the grave and all that. And he said, and this text came and he said that, so do we do Fatiha for Imam Mahdi as well? I said, not Fatiha, he's alive. You don't do Fatiha for alive. You do Fatiha for dead people. So this type of ignorance still, the person was al-Sunnah. So our clarity in our mind, and it was the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he disappears and will again reappear by the will of God. And that is the key factor. Will of God will bring him back. And this will be preluded to the Day of Judgment. I think that is the hadiths, and we must understand, read, and logically accept them, because that is the only logic you can conclude it. Otherwise, you would have all sorts of questions in your mind, and that will deviate you from the actual belief itself. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum.